Caillou was 20 now. His daddy just died from a car crash, and his mommy had gotten run over by his daddy. Rosie was taking the deaths much harder than he was, and they all agreed to sell the house to rid themselves of cancerous memories. He began to reminisce on his sexual awakening at the ripe age of 4 years old. Caillou had blushed as he thought of his childhood crush, Andre. He was always attracted to his red hair and looked up to him. He wished he was big enough to ride Andre's bike, but now he realized it wasn't the bike he wanted to ride. It was Andre. Caillou would come back from the park every day from seeing his crush and hump the shit. Sorry, sorry. and hump the and hump the shit out of his cat, Gilbert. Gilbert died when he was 7, but had made an excellent toy up until then. Suddenly, Caillou heard the doorbell ring. He sat up and snapped out of his daydream, only to find that he had gotten a boner thinking about riding Andre's bike. Frantically, he tried to think about something pure, like when he and his side bitch Sarah. I can't take these seriously. He and his side bitch Sarah would spread their legs for Shrek. That only made his boner bigger, and he decided to answer the door, hoping that whoever it was didn't notice his embarrassing boner. When he answered the door, however, Andre was standing on the front porch, legs set wider than was necessary. His curly red hair framed his freckled face, and he had his big hands deep in the pockets of the tight jeans that left nothing to the imagination. Caillou was trying not to moan at the sight of his old friend's glow-up, especially in his pants. His bulge looked enormous. This reminded him of Gilbert. He couldn't take all the sexual tension as Andre let himself into Caillou's childhood home. "Hey, Caillou," Andre began in the gayest voice Caillou had ever heard. Sorry. "Hey, Caillou," Andre began in the gayest voice Caillou had ever heard. Caillou immediately motioned at Andre to follow him as the pair glided up the stairs to his bedroom. As soon as Andre entered the room, Caillou closed the door and locked it with his dick. Andre was flustered. "Caillou, what's going on?" he whispered. Caillou couldn't take it anymore. He opened his mouth and moaned loudly. The sound resonated throughout the neighborhood, filling Andre with desire. Caillou spun around and ripped off his pants. Andre screamed and did the same in response. Caillou grabbed Andre and shoved his crippled bald head off his ass, widening it. Andre felt him enter his back hole, which reminded him of the old times at the park. The swings, the slide, the tall monkey bars, all of it rushed into his head at once. He was still sitting on top of Caillou as his head was still up his ass. Caillou retracted himself now. That Andre's asshole was as wide as the ocean. Caillou's tongue started to chase the opening of Andre's asshole. Moaned into the hole. Andre looked back at Caillou, sweating and panting. "Now I'll return the favor." He motioned quietly between breaths. Caillou was slim thick now that he has his globe. This turned Andre on even more, and he grabbed Caillou by the hips, tossing him roughly to the bed as he slept on for years as a child. Andre had an insatiable appetite, and he needed to eat Caillou's ass. Slowly, his finger ran from Caillou's asshole down to his balls, then his dick. Caillou moaned at this incredible feeling as Andre licked around his ass and stroked his manhood. Not being able to control himself, he let out a yelp, and this startled Andre. He then thrust his tongue deeper into Caillou's orifice. His cocoa was practically bursting. He then removed his mouth from his friend's ass and stood up to bring his dick to the entrance of the gaping hole before him. Caillou looked longingly back at Andre, face red with embarrassment. Andre could barely keep himself from thrusting completely into Caillou's ass as he saw him there on his hands and knees. Groaning, Caillou felt Andre's cock enter his hole. It felt like this was the use it was intended for as Andre reached Caillou's G-spot in a matter of seconds. The thrust that followed were pure bliss for both of them. The bed creaked under the weight of the two adults banging. Andre put his hands on the bed on either side of Caillou's bald ass head. Caillou felt his bare back touch and Andre's strong and ripped chest as he let out another moan. And then the doorbell rang. Caillou and Andre sat up abruptly at the sound ringing in their ears. Andre retracted his dick from Caillou, and both men scrambled to reach her clothes. Andre had to stuff his once tight but now stretched out ass inside his skinny jeans. This made him look like Kim Kardashian, but that was besides the point. Caillou, on the other hand, had ripped off his jeans, and therefore there was a tear in the side. There was no time for worrying about that, though, so Caillou put them on and would hope for the best. The two men rushed downstairs, opened the door, and there was... opened the door, and standing there was Caillou's side host, Sarah. No! Okay, that was good. The funniest part... yeah. Caillou would come back to work every day, seeing his crush knock the shit out of his cat.